Welcome, I'm Dr. Mobgrinder. In this video, we're going to be recreating Melowcraft's NPC GUI or Game User Interface. Diving right in, we'll go to our edit dialog, and you can see a simple welcome screen and then one button. So we'll look at our advanced settings. We've got two commands here. The first is a play random .orb at initiator, and we've selected the on enter option. And next is a test button. We selected the button option. So a simple title command. First command block, we've got repeat unconditional always active. So with this command, what we're really doing is opening the dialog of an NPC for a player not holding a snowball. And with the second command, we're going to automatically hand a player a snowball that's not holding a snowball, but more importantly, a snowball that can't be dropped. But we'll get into that a little bit more later. Pay very close attention to the tags. So for the players, we have server UI is the tag. And for the NPC, the tag is UI. So we'll do that next. As you can see, we've got / tag itself, server UI. If you've attempted this build or a similar build and had issues, there's a very good chance it has something to do with your tags. So revisit the tag. So we placed ourselves in survival mode so we can properly test this. And as you can see, we don't have to be standing right on top of the NPC. We can now use that menu screen as a game user interface. We could add several buttons to teleport to mini games, to whatever, to your home base. I did, however, encounter, for my needs, one major issue, and that is that as soon as we're approximately 50 blocks away from the NPC, the remote menu screen no longer works, and it is not a ticking issue in terms of setting a ticking area. Believe me, I tried it. It's a compatibility with NPCs. They just have a different ticking mechanism, which is why I decided to build this monstrosity over here. So here to give me a hand in demonstrating this, as usual, is my evil twin, Dr. Mobgrinder number 2. So we'll take a look at this main command chain here, and really it's basically identical to Melowcraft's. We've just changed a few little things. So I've got a delay in ticks of 35. We will go ahead and change this to repeat unconditional always active. This first command, exactly the same as the previous build. However, instead of opening dialog immediately, we're going to teleport an NPC directly to the player, or at least to the player's ticking area. Now, if you don't like having the NPC directly in your face, if you want it to seem more like a typical GUI, just do -3 on the Y coordinate. The NPC will be underground and you won't even see him. So next we've got chain conditional always active. And this is going to be identical to the second command in the previous chain. And so now what we've got here is the first two commands, we're just going to rinse and repeat. So you've noticed that we've got 3 NPCs over here. We've got our fleet of NPCs. So we're going to go back in, really just copy and paste with a structure block and just add a 2 to the tag that's it. So now you've got a tag is GUI2. And we've changed nothing with this command. It's just a complete copy. And again, all we've done is copy and paste and gone in and changed the tag to GUI3. But very important, make sure that you add that tag to each of your NPCs so that they can be uniquely identified. All right, now this mechanism is what's actually going to open up the dialogue. So here's a sensor, and we're going to be sensing when that NPC with that tag is close to a player. And then that's going to send a signal to this command to open up that dialogue for the player. And once again, we've put in the tag GUI3. We're going to rinse and repeat for the next two sensors that you see next to this. It's exactly the same as this. All we did was change the tag. So I'm not even going to get into those. They're identical. Just change the tag. All right, this is optional, but I think it's going to be very helpful. This is a return to home chain, okay? So this first block is testing to see if the NPC is away from home. So I've added a different tag just to simplify things. Well, we've got a timer. This is really important. The delay in ticks, 480. And that was what is going to set our timers. So this chain is basically saying, hey, when the NPC is away from home for more than 24 seconds, we're going to automatically teleport the NPC back home. A couple of reasons for this. Number one, occasionally they do get lost. You know, it's just a quirky little buggy thing. The other reason is somebody might be AFK and they might leave the GUI menu open and now nobody else could access it. So that's why I put this timer on there so that the GUI will automatically return to base. And again, I'm not going to show all three of those chains. They're all identical. The only thing I did was change the tag for each of them. And we'll go through the individual commands for the GUI NPC. It's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more advanced, but it's simple concepts. All I'm doing is stacking simple concepts here. I would go ahead and copy all of these down word for word, pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. That was something that that occupied tag was something I was experimenting with. In fact, I'll be removing that from each of these commands, which is fine. It gives you a little bit more time to look over the command and copy it down. So what we're doing with these commands is each of those, the blackjack, the slot machine, the escape room, they all have specific coordinates for that location. So we're going to teleport the player to the location that they're desiring, and we're going to teleport the NPC back to their home base. Now, the reason that we're removing tags and adding tags at all these steps is because when that GUI is assigned to a player, we don't want another player to be able to summon that NPC. The NPC should be unavailable, right? They're already assigned to somebody, so that way the command chain will know to assign the next available NPC in line. So if you can see off in the distance, Dr. Bob Grinder number 2 is, he threw a snowball. He just summoned an NPC. And NPC has returned to base. And now we're both going to do the same thing so that you can see multiple NPCs in action at the same time. Pay close attention to our coordinates right now. 148 was the x, negative 148. So I just want to demonstrate that, in fact, we are easily able to exceed that 50 block issue that we encountered with the original build. Also wanted to show, as you see, the screen will time out on me. So not trying to drag out the video, just trying to demonstrate that I cannot leave and be at AFK and tie up a GUI. Eventually he will return to base, just like that. Now, if you so choose, you don't have to have identical GUIs. You can go in and customize them. You could build a whole game specifically around NPCs and their unique commands or customizations. I'm going to set it up like this for now, just so you can see as we're teleporting around to different locations that we are in fact summoning different NPCs. It's not just one. And there you have it. So I know, oh, actually, get a chance to see this. Our NPC actually did get lost, but once again, that's why we have the return to home thing in place. I hope you found this video useful. I know it's a monstrosity compared to the original. The original may be exactly what you need, but if you needed something to cover more area, I think this might be a good fit. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.